which is like, I kind of liked it. It wasn't too bad.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and it's going to be, and the film is going to be on how a young Nathan Drake met Victor Sully, which I hope they cast, what's his face? Tom Hanks for.
Tom Hanks.
This is perfect.
Sully. Yeah, he was perfect in that movie.
So, Mike, you wanna talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the one that I'm the least knowledgeable on. I never really played Uncharted, so I have the least amount of knowledge as far as backstory here.
Yeah.
Tom Holland himself is a pretty good actor. I think he's really starting to come into his own and gain the ability to show some range. He's not comedic. He's not all comedic. He's not all serious. I think he's actually got some good range, so we might be able to see that. This is, to my understanding, more of like a adventure, like
Indiana Jones
kind of role. So this will be good for him, I think, to get out of the MCU as quick as possible and not be typecast. This is a good role for him to have. I think it's good. I think it's good news for him. I think it'll be good casting. Hopefully they don't mess it up, and then he can get out of that typecast very quickly.
Yep.
If he's one of the few that gets out of the MCU, out of typecast, he's not typecast like Thor or Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. right now. Even can't even get out of the typecast right now. So if Tom Holland can do this early and successful, I think he's out of that typecast quickly. Good for him. Way to get out of there immediately and also be successful in Spider-Man. So that's all I can really say about it. I think it's probably a good thing for him if they kick it off and do it successfully. How about you, Jesus?
Yeah, I mean, like, just coming from what you said, Tom Holland, I feel like he's a great actor, and he does have, I believe he has the physicality and the personality for the role. Nathan Drake, he's brash, he's young, he's, I mean, I played a little bit of Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, and I didn't finish Uncharted 4, unfortunately.
Sad.
But, I mean, I know the series in a whole, it's a really great series for Sony and all that stuff, and I know that it has a huge fan base. The developer behind the Naughty Dogs, they created a fantastic story. It's a really good game, pretty much. And it's like what Elvis said. It's Indiana Jones meets National Treasure with parkour.
Nick Cage. Nick Cage, being a 40-year-old guy.
Yeah, but I mean, and from before, this movie has been in making for decades now. It's like, not decades, but like the past decade they were trying to make this movie, and it was at first going to star Mark Wahlberg and Robert De Niro and a bunch of writers and directors, but that was scrapped because of course nobody wants. I mean, Mark Wahlberg, he's all right, but I mean
he wouldn't have fit that role.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. But
stay in Transformers,
and they're gonna go back from Uncharted 3's. They're gonna go back from Uncharted 3's, flashback, and where they explore young Nathan Drake. I don't know if that's gonna be like if the whole movie is just gonna be about a young Nathan Drake, or if they're gonna cast another older Nathan Drake. I can totally see Chris Pratt being an older Nathan Drake.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, but like
that those two together.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that, with a young Nathan Drake, but.
Yeah.
Because in the game, it was just a flashback scene, on how he met Sully, which hopefully is Tom Hanks. And I can see Robert De Niro as Sully also. I can see him as that.
I see Tom Hanks more.
Or Liam Neeson.
Specific set of skills.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, all in all, I can't complain. This is good. He's a good actor. And when I saw him in Civil War, he's really good. He's charismatic, so... I'm excited. Elvis, what do you think?
I am a huge fan of these video games. This is probably my favorite video game series of all time.
You named your nephew.
My nephew, I told my sister to name him Nathan. And then she didn't know why until after she named him. And I said, he's named after a video game character. And she was like, okay, not too bad. Because it's a good name. But definitely, it's definitely one of my favorite video game series of all time. Like, the story is amazing.
Absolutely.
Like a young Nathan Drake, because they're gonna get from Uncharted 3 Drake's deception, where he meets Sully, which of course I would love to see Tom Hanks. And I would, like you were saying, like Chris Pratt, I could also see a Bradley Cooper play that role.
Ooh, yes.
Bradley Cooper could play that role of an older Nathan Drake, because in the last game, in Uncharted 4, he is, I think they said the age he was 38. Uncharted 3, he was 34. Besides the 15-year-old, which is why I'm kind of a little worried, because Tom Holland's not that young. He's 20 years old. The thing is, I mean, he doesn't look 20 years old. He looks like an 18-year-old. Like, of course, like they got him as Spider-Man. And if they're going to make him play like a 15, 16-year-old, I'll be kind of worried because I would love for them to just get like, okay, he's 20 years old, like he's young, he just met like a mentor for him, but the video game series, like, it's so great, it's so rich. Like I'm surprised it's taken them this long, for Sony this long to like put out this movie. Yeah. Because this movie is a great story. It's original. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it has story beats from like Indiana Jones, but I feel like it's totally different with how his upbringing. You know?
Yeah.
But definitely, like it's some great news. Let's see what comes out. Sean Levy, I liked Real Steel. It was a good movie. You know, Hugh Jackman did pretty good in it.
Hugh Jackman.
Both of you are like looking at me like
good is a little strong term, but it wasn't
good. It wasn't. I didn't say amazing. I didn't say Oscar worthy. No, but definitely like I mean I liked it, and it was. I mean, there's some potential.
You just like Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
There's nothing wrong with
who doesn't like.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with great.
Who doesn't like Hugh Jackman? I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I like him on Instagram.
Yeah, for real. So. Definitely, like Tom. It's definitely a good casting. Hopefully, we get some more news, seeing like exactly like more in depth. Are they going to be following more of the video game? Are they going to go off a little bit? You know, stuff like that. That's obviously for the movie because they're obviously not going to do it. And another thing that scares me is still to this day, no good video game movies.
That's the other thing that I think is going to be interesting. That's probably why they held
nothing
off
at
on
all.
it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, come on. I mean, if you could be the first, because I thought, in my opinion, I thought the first was going to be Assassin's Creed. I thought that was going to be the first great movie. Yeah. Actually, no, I'll take it back. I thought World of Warcraft was going to be pretty good. But then people were just like, it said it wasn't even that good. And then Assassin's Creed, I was hearing terrible things.
Have you seen either one?
Yeah, I heard it.
I saw a little bit of Assassin's Creed, and I've seen a little bit of World of Warcraft, which, if that says anything, I couldn't even finish it.
Yeah, I've seen both. World of Warcraft was not great at all.
The CGI was good, but
yeah. And I didn't think. I mean, I didn't play Assassin's Creed. I didn't think it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was entertaining, but it wasn't great.
I played the games, and the story, as far as the games along the line, got convoluted, but it had a simple premise to it. Knights or the Templars against assassins, you know, and then I don't know, I guess the movies didn't hit. They did not follow that. At all. It didn't hit it right. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, Uncharted, you know, it's what I would say. It's a great series in video games, and you know, hopefully they can.
This could be finish.
Yeah, hopefully it can be that video game movie that can like be actually good. So
yeah, even the cutscenes of the movie, like was amazing.
It actually looks like a movie.
It's a movie. That's why I'm like, this is a great series. And Sony, like, they better, if they knock this out of the park, man. They got Spider-Man, they got Uncharted. Like, just be the first to break that mold of video game movies being terrible, you know. But I guess we can move on because you guys don't want me to say.
Yeah,
you guys are like, oh, they didn't play that much. We will move on. Zack Snyder leaves Justice League to be with the family over the suicide of his daughter, and Joss Whedon is going to be taking over the post-production of this movie, doing some reshoots, shooting some new scenes. Mm-hmm. But it is some sad news, but what do you want to say about it, Mike?
You know, condolences to Zack Snyder. All respect to him. You know, I'm happy that he's doing this. It's the right move.
Absolutely.
Family myself, I understand. Family comes first. So, you know, all respect to him. I'm glad he got the principal photography done. I think from what we've seen from the teaser trailer, the look of it, the feel of it, we already did our review on that. So all our listeners who haven't seen that or heard that yet, go check out that episode. Yeah. You know, massive respect to him. It all looked great. Picking Joss Whedon, oh my goodness!
Yeah, you couldn't pick a better person to take over. Yeah.
What a pick to follow up. You know, I know there was some like hesitation on the reshoots and how much were there, what the scope of the reshoots. That's normal. I don't think there's any real issues with these reshoots. I think Joss is there to close it out. I think he's collaborating with the studio now. They're kind of getting a feel for each other. This is a perfect opportunity for, you know, a 90-day trial or something like that to just kind of get a working relationship with each other. I think it's a perfect thing. I heard he was actually already working. They were already working with each other a little bit before this.
Yeah,
it's a good preemptive for Batgirl. This is a perfect marriage for, you know, how this should be handed off, who it should be handed off to, studio, picture, director, cast of characters, subject matter expert with the subject. I mean, the two directors, the studio, and comic. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. The whole picture, it's like an all-star cast. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, this is phenomenal. And unfortunately, that why it's happening is really sad. So for Zack Snyder, I heard he has like 7 kids or something like that. I mean, for him to take time, him and his wife both to take time to to mourn, I'm completely respectful for. But what a professional way to hand it off to somebody who can at least keep it up to the caliber that he's at. So
definitely agree.
I'll keep it simple and quick to that one. How about you, Jesus?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate what happened to Zack Snyder and his family. Apparently, this happened in March, and he thought going back to work, which I respect him for doing that. In all honesty, I know me, I haven't been the biggest fan of Zack Snyder of his work, but it's very unfortunate that what happened to him and his family. So prayers, condolences go out to him and his family. And also, it's like what Mike said too. You have somebody stepping in who has a great track record with the Avengers. Firefly.
Even Age of Ultron.
Even Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. And he has Joss Whedon. He's a great director. He knows how to handle an ensemble cast and doing the reshoots and all that stuff and new scenes and everything. I can definitely see when we watch the movie that we're going to see some scenes that that's Joss Whedon. So they definitely left it in good hands. And I have a lot of respect for Warner Brothers and DC for giving Zack Snyder and his wife some time off to be with their family. So I mean, it's in good hands. So hopefully, Justice League can come out to be a really good movie and that we all enjoy. I mean, Zack Snyder and his wife worked hard on it. Again, prayers and condolences to them, and their family. Elvis,
of course. It's very tragic what happened. I mean, I don't have any kids, but I could just imagine what it would feel like to even have a friend, or
absolutely.
or a sibling commit suicide. Can you imagine a parent losing their child? And I mean, we don't know if it's a parent is always going to feel maybe it was a little bit of their fault, which is why I feel bad for Zack Snyder and his wife, because it's you want to protect your child, and that's just so tragic. How can you even that's why I props to the guy where he's just I want to put my head to the grinding stone and let me just work, let me get it off my mind. But then it looks like it just got to him, because that's a pretty big thing.
Absolutely.
To lose your daughter, and then it's you're working on a huge movie like that. You could tell he loves his family, but he also respects the DC universe, and he's I want to get this right, because I feel from Batman v Superman, he's just I need to get this right, because besides what you guys say, for me, I love Man of Steel. I thought he did a great job. I saw Mike look at Jesus this guy.
No, it's more you just brought it up, but we already have multiple conversations.
It's a big wound. It's a big wound for you.
No, not at all. Not at all. We just had multiple conversations on it.
Yeah,
I respect that you can still openly admit that you like that movie.
Oh, I love that movie. I might
watch it tonight. I might
watch it tonight and just send a picture to you guys.
We don't. That's not that we dislike it. It's more we disagree on masterpiece. Of course. Or not. But anyways.
No, but definitely it's so sad. And it's to get a guy like Joss Whedon to come in. Name another director that could come in and do this that you'd be safe, you feel safe with, in safe hands. Nobody. Especially you're doing a Justice League movie. What's the opposite? The Avengers. And the guy knocked it out of the park. The Avengers is one of the best superhero movies of all time. Age of Ultron, it wasn't as great, but it's very hard to live up to that first Avengers.
Yeah, how do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So it's I feel it's in good hands. The reshoots, I want to see maybe what they reshoot. I want to see if he looks at the movie and he's okay, let me fix a little bit of this. Let me fix this. Let me put a little bit of my flavor. Because besides being a great director, the guy is a nerd. He is a nerd god. He did, what was the X-Men series? Astonishing X-Men? The comic book?
Yes,
he's written comic books.
Yeah.
If anything, he's done the X-Men, which is a great team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's done the Avengers. I'm come on. The next is the Justice League.
He's done Buffy and Firefly, the TV shows.
Yeah. So I feel it's in great hands right now. It gives Zack Snyder some peace of mind, because he just lost something a great piece of his life. So now he can he can trust this, because this is his baby also. He's the guy that's steering the ship. Looks so far for DCEU, and despite what people think, I mean, it's a sad thing, but they made the right decision, for him to just be with his family. The movie's in good hands. It's the best scenario that could have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a highly criticized topic too, with Justice League and Batman v Superman. You can imagine just the stress from that. Also,
Yeah.
So take some time, man. Take all the time you need.
Yeah.
You know?
The expectation on this is high, and so now to take time out for your family and the real priority is